Hello. I think there may have just been a little connection issue just then. But welcome everybody. Okay, it looks like we are live. This is good. I just had a little notification pop up saying that I had some connection issues. So yeah, please do let me know if there is any issues with the stream and everything. But if not, I will carry on as always. So yeah, welcome everybody. I am here again from another apartment in Dubai. Um, so I've just changed. I've changed from my one in over in Business Bay in downtown, staying in Marina for a few nights. But it's gonna be a really weird few days here, I think. So as I'm in the country, I guess pay my respects to the president who's just passed away. So I think the whole country's gone into mourning. It's really weird. I just walked around and all the shops are closing down. Everything's closing, which is going to be very, very awkward for the next few days because I've literally just arrived at this new apartment in order to try out this area. I have no food. I have no water. So I really hope there will be some shops open. Otherwise, I'm a little bit stuck. But yeah, so hopefully that will be okay. Delirium, another apartment, another crappy internet. Yeah, maybe. Um, and it's a very echoey room, this one. So although it's like a really nice apartment, lovely views, the views are amazing and everything. I think like the other one that I'm in, and I'm still going to be going back there, is a nicer space to work from. But yeah, it's nice. I can see nice views out the window there. I'll probably do a little video on it over the weekend. But it's super echoey in this room. And I'm basically have my work set up on a dining table. But anyway, let's have a look at who's in the chat. We've got Jay, Knight, Ollie, JF, Celox, uh, Ivailo, Jiraj, Delirium, P. If anyone else is in here, please do say hello. And please do hit that like button. And also, yes, JF, I have really caught this on today. So basically, I was walking around the beach area in JBR for like about 3 hours today while I waited for this room to be ready. So I didn't really have any sun cream on, so I've got a bit red. I'm not burnt or anything, but I've definitely caught the sun a lot since I've been out here. So this will all go very brown soon. And also the light in here is like weird. Uh, I don't burn. I'm just a bit hot today. So yeah. Anyway, it looks like, so we will go over some TA stuff. I did see some comments in here earlier, and I mean, you've basically just done the job for me, JF. So it says, today I'm looking for, so JF has said, today I'm looking for 31.3 stop pump rise from New York and then retest 28.7. And I mean, I'm not necessarily looking. Actually, yeah, I'm kind of looking for the same thing. So what we've got at the moment on the charts is it basically we were at this daily level. Okay, so if we do go on to here and we can just zoom in a little bit on here, I'm going to make me a bit smaller so people don't just talk about the fact that my face is red. It's more the lighting. Okay, it's more the lighting. My face isn't that red. It's more that there's a bright window there and it's not on this side, and it's weird. So if I went closer, it actually isn't very red. Um, anyway, anyway. Daily level. Okay, so we do have the daily level and we've just hit into this daily level. So if we go onto a daily time frame, you can see this is actually quite a nice little OB that is within this region. So that's quite a nice little region from a close basis that we're coming into at the moment after getting that pretty decent doji hammer reversal yesterday off of the lows. I'll go into the lows in a little bit and some reasons of why we've found a bounce there and everything. But realistically, okay, this was a couple of little short positions. So I have taken a long. I basically had some limit long orders below 26,800. So I had ones filled at 26,800, 26,500, 26K. Below that, I didn't have anything within that 25K region, but I had a pretty decent idea of this is where we're likely to at least get a bounce, even if we are going to go down towards those 19K regions, which is still possible, but at the moment we've gone back into this range type scenario. So it's like we had the other day. We had that big capitulation that got resolved in that day, and then we put in a range for a couple of days, and once again we've had this big capitulation, and now we're actually having more of a rise from this, but I do expect there to be a decent pullback here as well. So having taken that long position, I mean, at this stage now, I'm not going to be touching that as a long position. This will be a swing long. I don't really feel like taking profit this high up is necessary, but there have been a few scalps that I have taken as well from here. So there were a couple yesterday. Okay, I got a nice little long position just off of this 2021 low when we came down here, and this was just really basic stuff, going back to basics. I threw an RSI on here, and I was looking at the 1 minute chart, and we had some divergence. We also had some divergence on the CVD as we came down into there, divergence between this low and here, and then was able to get a long position. Traded that back up towards the high, and then we had that SFP of the high. Okay, so we had that SFP of the high later on in the day, and then was able to get a pullback from that. So those were the two main trades from yesterday that I took. I didn't really take anything else there. I kind of just, after everything's been going so crazy this week, and I mean, I'm pretty happy with a lot of the trades that I've taken, especially obviously the Luna one has made some decent profit. We won't talk about that anymore, but the Luna one made some really decent profit. And of course, I was still holding a short in Bitcoin, which was very, very helpful for the move down. So really, I've just been a lot more relaxed on my trading for the last 2 days, and I took 2 trades yesterday, and I've taken so far 1 trade today. So that 1 trade today is just off of the daily. I didn't get a perfect entry. It was a front run of the daily anyway, but I did manage to get a short in as price came up into here. It was somewhere within this region. I was looking for a front run of the daily, so it was within that $50 region before you get up into the daily level. Then we came back into VWAP. That was a nice area to take profit. And yeah, we're basically just going on from there. I still do think that we could hit higher targets, in which case it is what people were saying as we started. It will be not only the daily MPOC, which you see here. So this is the daily volume point of control at 31,350. It's also the daily time point of control at 31,300. And it's this from the big downtrend that we've had here. If you look at the POC from there as well, also 31,350. Okay, so if we are to get a move up into that region, I would be looking for an SFP of those back into the daily level. Maybe you could get a change of market structure at that point. So I should actually just mark this on my chart as a POC, but you know where it is, right? Let's do this. Let's make sure it is extended. There we go. So ideally what I'm looking for at this stage is for a move up into here, maybe just get a rejection, come back into the daily level. That could present some nice short opportunities, but to be honest, I will probably take the short as we come up into this point as well, just as a scalp. And then if we do start to find that we're getting absorption and the kind of the offer is pretty powerful here and you're not able to break back through it after any initial rejection, then that would be an area in which to compound longs to look for lower targets. So that's, yeah, just the main trade I'm looking for. And at that point, you've got some pretty decent confluence lower down. So if we were to go, let's have a look at things. I don't think we're going to go all the way down there, but it's a possibility, right? Okay, so your 618, your golden pocket region would present a pretty nice little setup where you've got downtrend into a little uptrend. you hit into this POC, you come back down, you start to test this little reference area, which basically is your 2021 low, so previous year low. Then we could look for that as like maybe some more a longer accumulation within that region rather than it just rolling over. So we'd have to be aware of what's happening at that point. If we are to go that low, the lows do come into question quite significantly because there's not a huge, well, there is, it did have a lot of volume down at those lows, but still, you'd really be looking at that region to hold the fact that we've come into it once, have back tested it, and now we're getting this rise. I think that's as deep as you would want to see it. The other thing is also just this daily open region where even if we don't reject and come into the daily open today, it would be a new daily level. And then more locally, you do have this kind of golden pocket region here lining up with that. And if we add on a few little fibs, then it's also your 382. Okay, so you do have your 382 there if, of course, we are going to get a move up into this region. If we don't, then it's the same kind of confluence. There's not a big difference between these levels. 1 minute until New York opens. So as we are 1 minute until New York open, we will quickly go and have a look at the SPX, which is up on the day. So remove some of these lines and we are open. So S&P 500 has opened just where it closed yesterday. No gap, nothing there. So yeah, we've just opened and it's exactly the same price that it was. Wait a second. No. I clicked the wrong chart. I clicked the wrong chart. It's gapped up. I was thinking, surely it's gapped up because it was saying it was 1%. Man, sun's getting to my head. Yeah, so we've gapped up. Okay, and this is actually quite a key level. I can't remember where it's from, but I've got a line there. It's the 1-to-1. Okay, so we're back into the 1-to-1. So we had that 1-to-1 and this ABCD. We've had a little gap up on here. One would expect it to maybe fill, but we do also have gaps above. So it is there. There it is. It's not a major pullback. If we do come back into this area, that would be pretty much standard if New York can do it. Again, this being basically what was the plan that a few people seem to have on the JF, seem to have on the, as we started this, was to move up and come back into some region of support. So if we do get that on Bitcoin, we are getting a move up. Let's see if we can put an alert if price comes and takes up the daily level. Then that'll be nice. It's not that much of a delay. I can see how much delirium. I can see how much of a delay is on here. It's about a 20-second delay for me. Maybe you just need to reset. It's about a 20-second delay. It's not a whole minute, but still. And as always, because I'm streaming, we're not actually going to get a move because we never really do. If I'm streaming, it's just price moves up, it gets faded. So we'll see how it goes. Ollie, I longed 27,200 yesterday for a swing, but I was out by like 4 p.m. Great swing trade. I mean, it's probably sensible at this, like, with the market being how it is. Yeah, you probably don't want to be holding on to things for too long. Yeah. Dot is at a level. Yeah, I had an alert go off on Dot that it's come back to that $10.38 level, I think. Come on, this is a bit boring. We haven't really taken out the highs or anything yet. Uh, Also, I saw another question here. My World Ecom. I'm new to Exocharts. What would you say the learning curve is with this tool? I know that's a very vague question. I mean, it's fairly intuitive. It does make sense once you understand what everything is. So what I would recommend is just watch through the Exocharts videos that I've put up there. They're just a very basic overview into the platform itself and what this stuff is that I'm looking at. And basically, if you can understand what it is that I'm looking at and what it is that we use, then you can start to just basically watch and get an understanding. So as long as you know like the technical reason, like what are these numbers on either side, what do these shaded colors mean, what do these bars mean, once you get an idea of that, then it's like any other trading platform. It's just got a bit more information on there. So yeah, don't know why this point of control isn't showing up on here either. Weird. Kind of crazy as well, like Bitfinex have closed out of so much of their position. So lots of uh lots of profit taking on that long that Bitfinex got into the other day. But they're still like massively. It's interesting. It's interesting. 30.1 VWAP and previous high. If we come into VWAP now, it would continue it as like you could just be looking at this just continuing to curve around, and then we could be looking at a move up. But yeah, it's so weird outside. There's like no boats left on the water. It's going to be a very quiet evening. Why did it have to happen today? Oh, same. Should we have a look at some altcoins? I'm not going to do too much of a long stream today. I am going to go out and just see what's going on in the world in a moment. Um, but yeah, this from Dot was so nice, right? Because Dot, I'd had alerts set on Dot around these levels. So this is that big monthly level, and this is just on the BTC pair. But 40% bounce on that so far, and from the this is where we initially had again alerts set, and then it's basically come back through here. So from hitting that monthly level on the BTC pair, this is where I was initially looking to buy it, but because we just kept flushing through and because Bitcoin was so um, just dumping because everything else was dumping, there wasn't really a need to rush into a trade on this. So I was able to get into a little bit, it's just a spot position on this, but I was able to pick up a little bit of Dot around that $8 mark, and yeah, we're already back at $11.30, which is nice. I did have this $10.365 as a take profit on that, but again, we're kind of just still going on Dot. It's pretty good. And at this point, you'd be looking again at this $10 region as being support again. Yeah, that was a very, very nice move on Dot. We're seeing a lot of stuff bouncing today. Ethereum. Ooh. Ethereum's back down at the channel. I did not even know that. So Ethereum's looking pretty good. Yeah, back down at the channel. Low. And this has been quite a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches onto the low of the channel. If we're going to lose this, then I think we're going to go into ETH, mini ETH bear market. I mean, we're already in the bear market, but still. And also, what were the targets that we were looking for on Ethereum? There we go. 1,890. That is the level and slightly lower that we were looking at, because we didn't really think that it was holding around that value area low, but of course it did come down into the main target that we basically had on the chart, and once again did come and take out the previous, not the previous year low, because there was quite a lot that went on, but basically the low of this entire range that we have been in around here. So yeah, nice trades off of Ethereum, off of the lows yesterday into technical levels. Nice trade off of DOT yesterday into technical levels. Bitcoin overshot it a little bit. Again, I was buying just around here rather than right in at that wick, but yeah, some nice trades to be had. Bitcoin dominance having a big rise. Invest head and shoulders on DOT. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of was, wasn't it? Yeah. So you did have like boom, 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 bit of a neckline, and off you go. It's so weird seeing this. Like, I've been trading Luna like so much, and it's just so weird to see it just doesn't exist anymore. It's just gone. It's completely disappeared. Can't do anything with it anymore. That short will go down in history, though. That was a lot of fun. We'll just. Should we bring it up? Should we bring it up on the stream? Just. Here it is again. If anyone is new to the channel, there it is. The legendary short position on Luna, taken from $118.50, exited at 0.024. What a crazy trade. And this would have actually gone lower. This would have gone lower, but Bybit exited it for me. I had no choice in the matter. They delisted it, so they closed my trade, and that is where they closed it. 4,998.98%. Very nice. Very, very nice. And then this is my Luna. She wouldn't rug pull anyone. And then this is me and all the Luna bag holders. I'm not going to continue to go over it though. Anyway, as we're on to this now, I'm just going to. So we're going to make a little announcement about this later in the Discord. We will officially announce it. But can anyone see a new tab there in the top of the website? So we have made some changes to the website. We've cleaned up the website a little bit. It looks a bit nicer now. All of these pictures that didn't mean anything have gone. Uh, so yeah, if there is anyone that's new to these streams, welcome. Welcome if you're watching for the first time. Please do go check out tauruscrypto.com, which is up there. Okay, it's in the banner above my head. Do go check out tauruscrypto.com. You can join the free Discord community. You can also learn about the Taurus crew. And now this mentoring thing, it didn't used to lead anywhere. And actually I need to change this, but now it does lead somewhere. So we do have one-to-one sessions that can now be booked. I'm only doing like 2 or 3 of these a week. So, but if anyone is interested, then these are now available. You can click on here. It's myself and Luxury at the moment that are doing them. But if you want to click on me, yeah, then you can check my next availability. And you can go on here and look, there's some availability on Monday. So if anyone is interested in all of those kind of things, then we do have the new one-to-ones tab that is live on the website. do bear with us because we are managing the calendar on here. I'm sure there won't be a big rush. I'm kind of hoping, but it's there. It's there now. And again, anyone else who is here, we do have our partnerships down at the bottom. So do click if you would like to trade on Bybit. It is the best exchange, and you do get a 10% reduction on your fees if you join through our affiliate link. Yeah. Oh, and then there's the crew. I mean, the crew is pretty good. We do trading rooms. We do trading rooms like basically every day. So we did I didn't because it was 4 a.m. in the morning, but Luxury was able to cover the trading room last night for the Asia Open. We also do London Open and New York Open trading rooms. We've got thousands of hours of educational content. So the questions that we've had in the chat about exo charts and how you use that, although we've got the free public videos on exo charts, we go into a lot more detail on all of that kind of stuff as well. So we do go into a lot more detail on the exo stuff within the crew membership, and there's other things as well. And look, we've added some we've added our testimonials at the bottom. So if you want to read what other people are saying about the crew, you might see your names in here. We've added some testimonials, and if anyone who is in the crew now would like to add a testimonial, you know where to add it. There's the testimonials section on the Discord. Add your testimonial, and we'll throw it up on the website, and we won't even ask you. But there we go. So there's a few little changes to the website. So back to the charts, because the charts aren't really moving, and when the charts don't move, it gives me an opportunity to tell you guys about the website and things like that. Yeah. Christian, what are the trading rooms? So the trading rooms are roughly an hour and a half long session. We will trade once the London session. So we do that at 9 a.m. London time. It's not the London Open, but it's after the first hour of trading. Once the initial balance is in, we do the New York session and we do the daily open. We also do little impromptu ones as well, but basically it's making a plan and it's trading the plan. So we are looking as a group. I run the sessions most of the time, unless of course it's 4 a.m. in the morning. I run the sessions and we're basically just looking for trades to take during that session. So for example, if we were running a trading room right now, it would be a lot less chatty than I'm doing at the moment, but we'd be going, okay, look, this is what we're looking at as the level. Here's the alerts. Let's see if we can get this daily taken out. Let's see if we can hit into 31,300. Let's take a short from that position, and then we start to have a look. And we're trading this in real time. I'm talking you through what my thoughts are on the charts, why I'm looking to take that trade. If we don't get the trade that we're looking for, we can maybe start to go down into a lower time frame. So we can start to look at just the order flow and think, okay, well, what's going on here? For example, we did get that big spike up during as the New York market opened, and you had a big drop off in open interest, which shows that the move a little bit weak really. And you can probably just see that this has basically just been a lot of shorts being stopped out. So price gets a bit of a move back from there. So if we're not like getting the planned trades, then we're trying to find other trades in between, and we're just talking about the theory of what we see of what's going on in the charts. So again, I've seen a question in here that from Independent Man. Hey, Taurus. My name is Luke as well, by the way. So if there is anyone that's new to this, you don't need to call me Taurus, because I'm not really very Spanish or whatever language it is. My name is Luke. But yeah, any ideas about open interest? Does it favor longs or shorts? I think basically, I don't know whether you're looking at local or global open interest, but if we do just look at it, let's go half an hour time frame. Let's take a look. Open interest is slowly increasing. There's slowly people returning back into the market. The thing with it is at least on inverse perps, delta is relatively flat. So not too much to go off on this. I wouldn't say it's favoring the bulls or the bears. I think we put in a range here because it is fairly flat. There's not really one side. You're not getting tons of people going long at this stage, but what you're also not getting yet is loads of people trying to short the rise. I think that will happen at some stage within this, because you're gonna have to get a short squeeze come out of this at some point, whether it's at this low or whether it's lower down. There's going to have to be a short squeeze when people are so conditioned into taking shorts that you have a lot of shorts coming into the market, and then it can push higher. And we did kind of have that the other day, right? We did have down here, you can see the negative delta that was basically continuing as we got that rise up. So you can see continuing negative delta as we got the bounce, people still trying to short it, and then that gave us enough to get a little bit of a squeeze out of there. But we've not seen anything significant yet, and the open interest would indicate that we probably do have a little bit further to go until maybe longs start to get a bit greedy, because longs are gradually coming into the market. But again, I don't think there's that belief that we're having a reversal yet. So it would be nice to come into basically, that 31,300, 31,350 kind of region. Yeah. So that is that. As for global open interest, that was the other thing I was going to say. As for global open interest, I think the big move down that we had like a 40% decline in global open interest over the last couple of weeks. It was sat around 14 billion, and then it went right down to like 10 billion. So you've had a really big decrease in open interest across the board, and I guess that would suggest that you've probably taken enough traders out of the market that a reversal is a little bit more likely, but there's nothing too much on there with the open interest right now. I think it's another one of those situations like it was earlier in the week. Okay, earlier in the week was just a joy to trade. It was really, really technical, really, really nice levels. There were plenty of trades to have. The order flow wasn't like it was reliable enough, but you didn't really need it because everything else was working okay. And we're back into that at the moment. I mean, I'm pretty confident, like we've already had that rejection off the daily. I'm pretty confident if we were to come into 31,300, 31,400, we'd probably find a rejection at least enough for a scalp. It's that kind of environment right now where it is very technical. You can even see from the move that we had this morning, just that quick move down that tested the previous day point of control, and then you bounce straight away from it. You can look at your VWAPs, and the VWAPs have been really nicely respected. Look at that move into VWAP, getting the bounce there, and the VWAP currently holding price and moving higher here. So everything's pretty good, right? Everything's pretty solid from a technical perspective, until you start to get those irrational moves like we did have, where you just have to. When the market starts to go crazy like that, for me at least, I just let it do its thing, sit back, watch it with interest. And that's the thing, I was watching this with interest. I knew the levels I wanted to get in. I got in a little bit of those at that, but then wait for it to settle. Once it settles, then you jump back into the market and you can trade the data that move has given you, because trading this, like yesterday and the day before yesterday, yesterday morning and the day before, as just this big grind down, pretty high volume, lots of people getting very, very scared. Not a very easy environment to trade. It was a pretty tough environment to trade. So for me, step back. The last thing you want is just to lose all of your money by the time that the actual reversal comes. So if you're not confident in trading it, chill out, go walk your dogs, go to the beach, go do whatever you like to do, come back once the chart's settled down, and then you have all these really nice trades again to start taking, and it's much easier that way, and you don't lose your money. So yeah, that's for me anyway. I know a lot of people love to scalp the volatility, and I do like to sometimes, but on the occasion that we had the other day, I was kind of happy with the profit I made and didn't want to give any back. Crypto Mojo Life. That actually makes me wonder now, why did you name it Taurus Crypto? Just curious. So I named it this like back in 2017. So this has been a thing since 2017, but I never really made it like public or anything then. So when I first got into it, I was like, or when I first started doing small educational things, I mean, I wasn't very good in 2017. I wasn't a very good trader, but I was into crypto. I liked it. I was a crypto bull. So I thought, right, crypto, bullish, bull, maybe something along those lines would be kind of cool. Then also, my birthday is in May, so I am a Taurus. So I am a Taurus as my star sign. So I thought, okay, crypto bullish, I'm a Taurus. Taurus sounds kind of rubbish, but Tauros sounds a bit better. So it just kind of stuck from there. And yeah, we kept the crypto thing because again, I was a bit of a crypto degen back in 2017, and yeah, that's just how it came about. We might take away the crypto because I think Taurus as a brand is kind of cool, but I like the logo and it's, yeah, yeah. Anyway, that's the story. Why do I always make weird noises every time I stop talking? It's very awkward. I can't sit in silence. I've always got to make some kind of noise. Keshab, long and keep your stops at 29k. Is it a nice risk to reward? Why are you saying that at Mark? Oh, I think you're saying now's not a good time to long. Right. Yeah, if you're expecting 31,300, why not long now? I mean, because we're basically right there. Why would you? It's a little bit late. Yeah, it's a little bit late. If you're expecting a move up just to here, what is that? I mean, it's nice, but you wouldn't want to be longing this. I personally wouldn't if I'm only expecting, I mean, 1.5%, 2% move up, and it's not guaranteed. You could come and just SFP this, you could fail, you could just end up rolling over. We're into the New York session. It's basically going to be very much dependent on what the legacy markets do at this point. So, and they're moving up, so you're probably okay, but come on, you wouldn't really want to long this right now. It's silliness. Wait until there's a better opportunity, or take the short, because there could be an opportunity. The short gives you a nice trade there, and it gives you a better invalidation, right? So you're looking at this basically here as a potential short opportunity. I wouldn't take it like this is a setup because I don't really like to place hard stops above liquidity, but it's there and you could look to trade it down. You could 2.5, 3R out of it. It's not going to be the best probability trade, but that's why you probably, for myself, would want to see as like a certain trade example. If you can't get the risk to reward out of that with this as your invalidation, because I think that's a bit tricky for that as your invalidation, is you can look for what you'd ideally want to see is a move up, hits into that level, takes liquidity, drops back down below this daily, and then it starts to hold here. And then what you've done is you've basically taken your invalidation from what was up here, quite a high invalidation, to now the market's just given you a much nicer one. So if you do come up there and then you drop below and you can get in at limit, even at this point, then that gives you a nice little short position with a much better invalidation that you could just trade it back down into the daily open. And then even the daily open, you're above 3R on that. So, and that's not even coming into that level, that was above. So if you're only looking at 31,300, you got a very, very small invalidation on that. So makes it a relatively easy trade to take. And in the kind of environment that we're in at the moment, it's pretty technical, it's pretty low volume. It's unlikely you're just going to do that. You're probably going to get an opportunity to get in around here, and then it starts to fall back down. So there should be plenty of opportunity to get in if it was to do something like this. So that's the kind of trade that I'd be looking for right now. And then your targets are back in towards this daily open. You've got some decent confluence down there and then back in towards this 2021 low. If it does continue, so the other option you have is you could come into this 31,300 and you could just start to chop around this daily level and you could hold, and then you could go even higher and you could be looking up at the next level above. So there are options here for sure. Some people just love to long tops and short bottoms. They do. They do. GC, hey man, new to your channel. Thank you very much for joining. Any advice on finding enough time to learn trading if life, job, family is very busy, losing too much sleep, staying up late? So this is the really nice thing about trading on the lower time frames, trading in kind of the style that we look at it, which is horizontal levels. So the amazing thing about horizontals, rather than diagonals and moving averages and all of those kind of things, horizontal levels are not time dependent. They are there. Like this daily level is just a daily level. It doesn't matter when you hit it, it's the same level. Whereas if you're looking at diagonals and you're looking at moving averages, you're going to constantly have to be checking, where's that moving? Where's that moving? Where is it in relation to the charts now? Where is that? So it's a very relaxed trading style. So for someone who's got a busy lifestyle, and I've got quite a busy life, I have to A, trade, because I'm still a trader first and foremost. I'm still a trader. Secondly, I have to create educational content. I have to think about the community. I have to do these streams. I have to do all of that business side of stuff. Thirdly, at the moment, currently, traveling. So I'm in another country. I'm wanting to explore. I'm wanting to go out. I'm wanting to do things. I'm wanting to have a nice time. And if I'm not traveling, then I'm at home and I've got quite a busy life, walking the dogs, cooking, cleaning the house, things that aren't quite as fun as traveling, but you know, it's still nice things to do, family time and stuff. That even with a busy life, you can still take plenty of trades, because you can literally just go, wake up in the morning, like we do on the trading rooms, make a plan. Okay, and this is the thing, if you don't have time, but you're able to maybe just listen in on a trading room, if you were to join the crew, or you were just to look at the updates, like daily updates that I do, that Luxury does, that French Bull does, that other people within the community do, then that gives you an idea of what to look for in the charts. Then you can just basically go into it doing your own research, because of course there's no financial advice. You've got to make your own decision. But it's just a case of when you've got horizontals like this, and when you learn market structure, and when you just learn the kind of that kind of thing, it just means you can then take trades no matter what's going on. It just gives you a really nice, it's a relaxed way of trading, because I personally don't look at the charts like all day, every day. It's not something I need to do. But on the flip side as well, to that, if, let's say you've got a very busy life and you can only dedicate yourself 2 to 3 hours of trading a day, and you may not be getting these kind of trades, you might be out when something like this happens and you get that, but you might come back and you may have been like, okay, I could only trade this block of time here. Then what you can do is if you learn order flow, and if you learn all of the different techniques, and if you learn all the different setups that we've got in the playbook, strategies and things like that, is that you can basically just sit down and find a plan that works for you. So you could basically go, okay, I just want to be focusing on, you could go even like a trend rev chart, you could go onto the really low, keep things very tight, go into very kind of small range scalp trading, and you could look to do that for a few hours a day, taking little trades, 0.5% here, 0.5% there, for a couple of hours a day. And then you can basically just do that as a job. You just sit down and you go, okay, find trades. Where are you looking for your excess? Okay, little completed auction up at the highs there, drop off an open interest. I'll look to take a short. You take it back down. Oh, look, excess at the lows, big drop off an open interest. And then if you add the delta into that, you go, oh, cool, look, single candle divergence at the lows. I'm going to take a long. Price comes back up. You get a bit, that one's a bit more difficult to take. No excess there, no excess there. You're waiting for the next one. Still kind of waiting at the moment. But those are two kind of nice examples. Drop off an open interest, single candle divergence, excess at the lows, take a long position. Up at the highs, drop off an open interest, single candle divergence, take a short position. and those kind of things that you can do if you've got very, very limited time. I'm talking so much about one question, but that's the thing. Yeah, so that's the thing. It doesn't matter how many hours in the day you've got, you can always find time to trade, um, and there's always a trade there. That's the whole reason why the market moves. There is always a trade, and you just got to find a strategy that works for you. So if you're someone that does only have a couple of days or a couple of hours a day, do this little low time frame stuff. You could have been in 2 trades within. Look, here's a short from 30,750. Take a long 30,250. You got decent percentages there, and that's taken 3 minutes. All you need to do is just look at the charts, 3 minutes. Yeah, right here is 1731. Right here, 1734. 3 minutes, short, long, and now he's still in that long position because it hasn't been invalidated. That's all it takes. 2 trades, 3 minutes. Wow. Ollie as well. Yeah. And if you're anything like Ollie, I have a business. Ollie is like trading all the time. Ollie's there on his phone, like, oh my God, I'm taking this trade, I've taken this trade, I've taken this trade, I've taken this trade. Just because he's confident. And I guess you've been here, you've learned enough about what works for you, about the way that we like to trade. And you just literally, you're out there working and you're taking trades on your phone like some crazy man. But yeah, fair play. Fair play. APX of X, what is single candle divergence, open interest drop off, and positive CBD? That is something that unfortunately far too advanced to. I mean, it's not advanced. It's just very, very, very difficult to understand, and it's not a just set. Look for this, do this. It's very much context dependent. When you're trading those, but that is something that we do within the crew. It's not something, it would be impossible for me to release a video saying this is how that works as a strategy, because that's not the case. It's a lot more detailed than that. It's very much context dependent. But again, in the crew, during the trading rooms, we're looking at that every single day. So every time we look at the charts, we're looking at things like the trend rev on here. We're watching the order flow. We're looking for examples where this might happen. And you're looking for finished auctions. You're looking for things like the open interest. You would start to understand what all of this means and how you can actually trade that. So yeah, it's just what we do. Like you'll understand it if you join the crew, but not saying anything like that. But that's what we do, and that's what we're looking at every day. So hopefully that was a little example for you. Open interest is the current number of contracts open. So if you get a drop off in open interest, it signals that people have been stopped out of their trades, people have been liquidated. You can see for a fact here that people have been liquidated because you've got the little rec bubbles. You can see here that open interest is dropping quite dramatically, and you have divergence. So this single candle divergence is when you've got negative delta on the candle, more selling than buying going on within that candle, within that time period, within that range, if it's a trend rev. More selling than buying volume within that. However, the candle closes green, which means if you've got more people selling at market, but the candle closes green, then you must have people at limit there absorbing the sells. Okay, if that makes sense. So you've basically got lots of people selling into a wall, can't get through, and then a little buy just shoots it up. So although the candle's here and red's down there, people can't get through it. And then little buys can just cause that little bit of bouncing, and then you end up green, and it often creates a movement in the other direction. Random little example. I look like a complete idiot tapping my hand like that. Anyway, yeah, I am going to wrap it up there. I think I'm going to see what's going on outside. Again, I think it's going to be a bit weird. I really hope that there are some shops open. If anyone's joined late, yeah, basically the president of United Arab Emirates has passed away. So condolences and all of that as I'm in the country. But the whole country's gone into mourning within like literally the past hour. So as I've been sat here, setting up for the stream, the news came through. It was all on all the television channels and everything. And yeah, everywhere's closed, literally everywhere. So I hope I can get some water. I hope I can get some food. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much, everyone, again, for watching. I am going to close this down now. I'm going to wrap things up. I will be around as usual sometime. I'll probably release a video tomorrow. If I can't go out anywhere, then I literally just have to work in this really nice apartment, which isn't too bad. I've got lovely views. At least I can just chill out there. And yeah. If anyone is new again, once again here, please do go check out tauruscrypto.com and you can learn more about the crew. So this will just take you to the homepage. You can join our free Discord community. You can learn more about the crew. And if you're interested in mentoring, then we do have that here. I've just seen, just quickly, Walter, do I have to join the crew to get an answer? What is it that you've asked? All right. I probably don't need to answer that question to you, to be honest. I mean, I've been doing this for a year, and I constantly post my trades. People know when I have winners. People know when I have losers. Have I frozen? I think I'm back. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up there. This Walter guy is just trying to. I mean, join the crew, then maybe whatever. Join the crew. Yes, you do have to join the crew to get an answer. Then at least you're paying me to get an answer, and I'm still not going to answer you. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. Happy trading, and all of those kind of things. I'll see you soon. Bye.